Hey there, Ben from Memberium here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use WooCommerce with Memberium for ActiveCampaign. By the end of this video, if you follow the steps, you can have a product page that's powered by WooCommerce just like this on your page. It can even be a subscription product. I'll explain that later. Users can press sign up now. They can purchase multiple subscriptions, and when they're ready, they can proceed to the checkout page, and this is all powered by WooCommerce. They'll enter in their details. And after they've entered in all their details and they're a brand new customer, they'll press sign up now. And they'll have completed the order process, and you can see that they now have this gold membership. They just purchased that. But here's where the integration actually works. If we come over here into ActiveCampaign and we search for the contact that I just used, I just registered a brand new email. Pulling up that record right now, we're going to see that that user was automatically created here in ActiveCampaign, and they were tagged with a tag that I set up for that specific product and subscription. So here's the record right here, and you can see that it filled in my details, including my last name and such. And if we scroll down just a little bit more, you can see that the tags that the user has, they have this gold membership tag. And that was the tag that I had assigned to be applied whenever somebody purchases that subscription. Now on top of that, WooCommerce has a ton of other features. For example, if I come back to where I'm logged in as that user, I can come over to my subscriptions, and you can see that I actually have the ability to cancel the subscriptions. I actually have trials set up, so you can offer free trials. You can do different payment methods. Right now mine's just set up to manual just for test, but you can integrate this with Stripe, Square, Authorize.net, PayPal. There's a ton of different payment processors that work with WooCommerce because WooCommerce is highly extendable. The other huge advantage to using WooCommerce with Memberium for ActiveCampaign and WordPress is that users will actually only have one single login. So by just going to the home page of my site, I can actually see all of my courses right here. So here are my courses, and you can see that this member has access to all of them now since they've purchased my membership. And then I would also have a link typically up here in the menu that's going to say My Account, where they can actually go and access and update their billing information. So there's one login to actually access the content protected by Memberium, and one login that just works for WooCommerce. It's the exact same account, and it's all on your site, on your domain. With that being said, let's look at the back end really quickly, and let me show you how some of this is set up. First things first, you are going to need WooCommerce installed and activated. You can just do that by simply coming up to the top, pressing Add New, searching for WooCommerce, and you'll install and activate the very first option here, right here. As you can see, there's over 5 million active installations. If you are wanting to sell subscription-based products, that's products that are charged on a recurring basis. So, every month, every year, something along those lines, a recurring payment, you're going to need another add-on to WooCommerce called WooCommerce Subscriptions. This is a paid add-on, and so you will have to go purchase that. However, it is a one-time cost, and you can have WooCommerce subscriptions on your site or as many sites as you have. So once you actually go through the basic setup of WooCommerce, once you're completed with that, it'll ask you some questions about where you're located, what type of currency you use, and it will give you some different options. The basic setup is to come over here to the products, and in this case, I'll just show you all the products that I have. And we'll click on this gold membership. So here's my product. So on this page, you will simply put in the name of your product. This could be the name of your membership. It could be a name of a course, for example. Here in the text box, you would just put a description of the course or the membership, maybe include details on what they're going to get access to. And when you scroll down a little bit, by default, you're only going to have this simple product option. In my case, since I'm using WooCommerce subscriptions, it's actually a simple subscription, and I've checked that it's virtual, and that just indicates that it's not going to be a product that is shipped. Here you set the price of the subscription, so you can see minus $5 every month. I'm setting it to never expire, so it's going to renew until they cancel it. You can charge a sign-up fee if you'd like, but I'm not going to. And in here I've also included a free trial. Then you would scroll down just a little bit further, and you would set the main product image, and you could also add more images to the product gallery. So if you add all these images here, WooCommerce is going to format them nicely on that product page. That way users can see more images. You could potentially include screenshots of maybe the course, whatever you'd like, Now, here's where the actual integration comes into play. So by default, whenever somebody makes a purchase through WooCommerce, Memberium is going to automatically create that user inside of ActiveCampaign. That way, everything is syncing between ActiveCampaign and WordPress / Memberium. But we also have this integration box right over here. This is going to be on every single product page, subscription, single product, it doesn't matter. And it's called Memberium WooCommerce, and you have 4 different drop-downs here. The first one is the access tag. The access tag is applied whenever somebody makes a purchase. So for example, whenever somebody purchases my gold membership product, I want them to get this gold membership tag inside of ActiveCampaign. This tag unlocks access. I'm using this tag to protect my courses. So that way, whenever somebody has the tag, all the courses are going to show as unlocked and they're going to be able to access them. Whenever somebody doesn't have this gold membership tag, they're not going to have access to my courses. As you can see, when we made the purchase earlier, the tag gold membership did get applied as it should. We also have the cancel tag, payment failure tag, and then suspend/on hold tag. These tags are mainly used if you are selling subscriptions. So whenever somebody cancels their subscription, you can apply another tag. As you can see, Memberium by default automatically creates the cancellation, payf, and suspension tags. I'll explain what those mean in just a moment. But in this case, I would just simply press gold membership CANC, that stands for cancel. Here on the payment failure tag, I would do the same. And the suspension/on hold tag, again, it's really the same. So now that I have all those set up, I'll just come up here and press update just to save all of that. And now in just a moment, when we actually test canceling the subscription, we are going to see that this cancellation tag is going to be applied to the member. Now I said I would explain to you what these tags actually do. And so if we come over here to Memberium memberships, on this page here, you'll see that I have my gold membership. I'm just going to press the edit button right over here to the left. And you can see that the payment failure, cancellation, and suspension tags are already set up. These are the tags that we just set up on the WooCommerce page right over here. So what these tags do is that whenever somebody has the access tag, they have the membership. So if somebody has this tag in ActiveCampaign, Memberium treats them as having the gold membership. However, if somebody, for example, let's say a payment fails or they cancel their subscription, rather than just removing the access tag and not having a record or understanding of what happened, you can also apply the payment failure, cancellation, or suspension tag. These all do the exact same thing. They just have different names for tracking and category purposes. So, for example, when a payment fails, rather than removing the access tag, I'm just going to apply the gold membership payf tag. And what that's going to do is a number of things. I could, one, trigger off different actions inside of ActiveCampaign. I could say whenever somebody gets the payf tag, send them an email saying, you know, your payment failed, you need to correct this, so-and-so. On top of that, it's going to remove their access. Memberium's going to treat them as not having the access tag or the membership. So this way, when somebody logs into your site, they're not going to be able to access their content that, you know, their payment has failed for. The last thing that it does is that you can set a special homepage for each of these. So when a member signs in to your site and they have the payf tag, you can redirect them to a special page, potentially even their WooCommerce account page that says, update your payment method because it failed. You can do the same thing for suspension and cancellation. So if somebody who's canceled their account logs into the site, you can say, you know, you canceled your account on such and such date. Click here to re-sign up and resubscribe. So those are the main options, but the key thing here is that it's removing access whenever somebody has this tag, one of these three tags, in addition to the access tag. So that's why we want to apply the cancel tag, payf tag, and suspensions tags whenever one of these actions actually happen in WooCommerce. So if we come back over here into this record, and we see that we're going to cancel this account, so I'm going to press the cancel button, and this is all done through WooCommerce. So now that we've canceled that on the front end there, we actually are going to need to go ahead and push the cancellation through on the back end. That's because it's really going to set to cancel in 7 days because this was a 7-day trial. So what I'm going to do is just press the cancel now button. And this is simulating, you know, their paid period ending. So they've already paid. It was going to end in a couple of days because it was a free trial period. But now it's fully canceled. So if we come over here into ActiveCampaign and we refresh, you're going to see they have that cancel tag. So here we are, we've scrolled down just a little, and as you can see, Memberium gold membership cancellation. So there we go. Now, that's really the main integration with WooCommerce. There's more I could show you in WooCommerce, but WooCommerce is so extendable. There's so many extensions that you can use for it. It's all built into WordPress, and you can continue to add more plugins and extensions to it. But it's a great order system, especially if you're selling one-off products because it's free. If you are selling subscriptions, you're going to have to pick up that add-on plugin. But with that being said, that's all there is to the Memberium integration. The Memberium integration is really just contained in this box over here, the Memberium WooCommerce box, and the fact that Memberium is going to create accounts. So when somebody registers through a checkout, it's going to create that user inside of ActiveCampaign automatically behind the scenes. If you have any questions about the integration, look at the documentation below this video because it might answer it. And if you still have a question, reach out to our support team by going to memberium.com/support. I'd also invite you to join me, Memberium's developer David Bullock, and some of our support members on a twice-weekly office hours call. It's a call that happens every Tuesday and Thursday where we'll answer your questions live on a Zoom webinar. If you're interested in joining, I've put a link below this video where you can register for that. And I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you for being the best part of Memberium, and have a good one.